Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So we're going to talk once again about how all these 304s, they're putting off marriage, they're putting off having kids because they're strong and independent. Right guys?
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Clown world, right? If they did all this strong and independent, and it's just to end up with student loan debt, credit card debt, right? They're more miserable than ever. They're on antidepressants and they're abusing alcohol more, guys. Look at this. Risk of problem drinking arises among 30-something women. So I have an article here, guys. We're going to check out, and we're also going to go to the dumpster fire known as TikTok to look at what some of these 304s say about drinking. But before we do, guys, like, subscribe, drop a comment, because it really helps keep this channel going. Check out my second channel listed in the description, and check out the playlist at the end. Look, guys, the proportion of women at risk is growing amid rampant marketing, social media messaging that normalizes drinking among the women of reproductive age. There it is. Told you guys. At this point, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, right? TikTok might as well be the pantheon of gods for all these 304s. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Zeus to the 304s, you got Snapchat, you know? So, excessive drinking and alcohol-related deaths are increasing at an alarming rate among women, particularly among reproductive age chicks in their late 20s and 30s. Traditionally, girls have tended to reduce their alcohol consumption once they have children. In recent years, more middle-aged women have delayed or skipped motherhood. There it is. This is a growing trend in women who are delaying or foregoing parenting, and it is contributing to an increase in women at risk of excessive alcohol use. And this is a study by the Boston School of Public Health. Boston University. Look at that. The study found that women in their mid-30s, as well as those that have not had children by 35, are the subgroups of women at highest risk of binge drinking and having alcohol use disorder symptoms. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Delaying parenting causes excessive alcohol use. So because more and more women are delaying having kids in the U.S., a growing proportion have fallen into the highest risk group. This is what they asked for, guys. This is what they asked for. There's one more stat here. Look at this. So women who have turned 35 between between 2018 and 2019 were nearly 60% more likely to binge drink or report alcohol use disorder symptoms than women that turned 35 between 93 and 97. 60% more. Now, guys, we're going to go to the dumpster fire known as TikTok to see what some of these knuckleheads say about binge drinking, guys, and I will link this article in the description. Let's go.
Culture takes away your creativity, your energy.
I love this message for the college-aged girlies or anyone still participating in binge drinking, maybe well into their 30s too.
There it is.
I don't know where I got that message, but I too believed that in college I was supposed to binge drink. If I didn't binge drink, then I wasn't participating in college life and I wouldn't meet any friends. And no surprise here, none of the people that I used to binge drink with are my friends till this day. Here's the thing about binge drinking. When you're having interactions that are friendly and you assume are going to be creating lifelong connections, well, you forget those things because you're binge drinking. So how do you make meaningful connections with people that you don't remember conversations with at all? I started making lifelong friends when I was participating in theater or going to dinner on campus with different people, joining clubs, participating in activities, spending time at the local coffee shop, maybe volunteering to work at the local coffee shop, like things like that. But this is one of those things that's like, you won't know for yourself until you know. No matter how hard these old bitches on the internet are gonna try to convince you of that. I do believe in a healthy balance though. I went out on Saturday. I had too many drinks for sure.
Of course you did. You guys knew that was coming, right? You knew it. She's like, oh, did I stop drinking? Oh, no, 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 no. And guys, here's the thing. She's talking about meaningful connections. Guys, girls hate each other anyways, so I don't know what she's talking about for meaningful connections, right? Guys, if there are any girls who you might talk to who might be like, I don't know, your sister's friends or whatever, guys, talk to them about if they have any friends. Most of them will say no, especially younger girls, like, millennial girls and Gen Z girls. And guys, her hashtags. Hashtag binge drinking. Hashtag advice for women. Hashtag 20-somethings of TikTok. Hashtag advice. Hashtag drinking in your 30s. Okay.
But I do that once a month instead of, every Thursday off campus. And sometimes I definitely do wonder, what if I didn't spend a lot of my extra time drinking with my friends and maybe more time trying different things, so I wouldn't, stick to pre-med and biology and waste 4 years of my very expensive college education on subjects that have nothing to do with my current acting career.
There it is.
Or my career as a video producer. So, leave more time for new experiences and introspection rather than shots. Also, it goes by so quickly.
Look at that. Look at her hair. She did all that work to do all that stuff to her face. And she's with that haircut, right?
I can't imagine. So if you have the privilege of enjoying your college experience, don't spend it blacked out. Spend that time fully immersing yourself in as much as you possibly can. New experiences, adventures, real, genuine connections. All right, this old lady's go to bed.
Please. I told you guys, getting drunk, getting crunk, wasting their 20s, right? Clown.
I was never an everyday drinker. I would be defined as the party girl, binge drinker. Very embarrassing. But I never was an everyday drinker, and I think that's what held me back from making changes. I compared myself to my dad's drinking. My dad drank every day, pretty much all day. But I had a problem. I had a serious problem with alcohol. Every time I drank, something bad happened. It was affecting every area of my life.
There it is.
Love relationships, family relationships, mental health, body. I mean, you name it. It was affecting everything. So wouldn't that mean I have a drinking problem? Because it literally was the reason I had all the problems. I couldn't even work on my grief stuff because I was drunk and I was just re-traumatizing myself. So if you're listening to this and you're not an everyday drinker, but alcohol is causing so many problems in your life, I really encourage you to think about what your life would look like if you don't drink.
So guys, she said one key thing there. I tried to compare myself to my dad. Guys, women always try and do this tit for tat. If men can do it, we can do it too. Now guys, drinking every day is probably not the best, right? But guys, men are usually bigger, so women don't, they get drunker faster, so it's just not smart for them to try and drink as much as men, right? Guys, her whole comment section, I wish I could show it. All women saying, oh my God, this is me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The 20 comments in a row are all saying, wow, this story is me and I'm an alcoholic. These are all young girls, guys. Look at that. Her hashtags, hashtag sobriety, hashtag sober life, hashtag sober journey, hashtag college binge drinking, hashtag sober AF, hashtag sober movement, hashtag no binge. Look at that, guys. All these party girls and everything end up, having all these simps, morons, you know what I mean? All these buying them drinks, and then they end up with an alcohol problem. Clown world.
Ladies, you like to go party, you like going out, you like to go to the clubs and the bars. Listen to this. Let's talk about safety. Let's talk about taking precautions. Especially college students, all right? Like, I'm not gonna lie. You know. So many college students, so many people in their 20s are actually have alcohol problems and are very chronic binge drinkers. And it's very important to know your limit because you do not want to black out. And I know it happens sometimes. It happened to me many times on accident.
Yeah,
and I
please.
hate it every time.
She said on accident. Guys, if you believe that,
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
clown world. Please.
Every time because you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. And you don't know what's going on. Here's a story. One time I went out with a group of girls, right, to a club, and I blacked out. I remember maybe about an hour in, and then the rest of it, blank. And one of the girls went missing. She did not respond, saying she got home. Everyone else texted in the group chat saying I got home. Her family DM'd me and everything and was like, where is she? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I have no idea. I don't even know when she left, who she left with, how she left, because I was blacked out. And then a whole missing person report was filed. I had to talk to the police. I was freaking out. Yo, I thought this girl was trafficked, okay? And I was so scared because she was literally missing for almost 24 hours. And then she ended up being fine. It was a whole nother thing that happened. Like, she was completely fine, thank God. But that's a lesson, guys. You never know what's going to happen to them. You need to make sure, you know, who you're going with gets in their car safely or in an Uber or leaves safely or isn't alone, you know, or at least like text back, you know, and like learning to drink responsibly and in a healthy manner is so important. Learning to control how much you're drinking, learning your limits. Because you don't want to get to a point where you're too drunk to even know what's going on, your surroundings, what you're doing, if your friends are okay, how you're getting home, how someone else is getting home, if some man's being creepy. For your...
And the craziest part is, guys, we've all seen girls who go out and by themselves and just get completely trashed. They have no clue what's going on. And you're like wondering, like, men can't go out and get absolutely annihilated on our own, right? Because bad things will happen to us, you know? Like, definitely will, so.
Safety and for the safety of others, like that, you have to learn responsible drinking. And yes, accidents can happen. Trust me, I know. But like, I just want to talk about, you know, alcohol is a real problem for people in their early to mid 20s and just college students. So many of us don't want to admit that it was a problem, or it is. But if you're unable to control yourself or control how much you're drinking when you do have alcohol in your face on the weekends, that's a problem. And if you're blacking out every single time you drink, that's a problem. Especially with just so much of the stressors, you know, of college, like I know. But when I was at college, like I was drinking every single weekend,
Look at that.
2 times a weekend, sometimes those 5-day benders for Halloween. It's not healthy. And it's really because your mental health is fucked. Get help. Go to therapy. Journal. Help yourself, please, or else the cycle is going to continue.
This is what these chicks asked for. To be out there. Guys, are hashtags. Hashtag women. Hashtag women empowerment. That's her empowerment is, guys, go out and get drunk. Know your limits, but still get blasted, right? Hashtag women's safety. Hashtag women's safety tips. Hashtag responsible drinker. Hashtag alcoholism. Hashtag college drinking. Hashtag binge drinking. Hashtag clubbing. Hashtag night out. These are her hashtags, guys. Hashtag bars. Hashtag nightlife. Hashtag college. Hashtag college students. Hashtag mental health. Hashtag therapy. Jesus Christ. Right there. So it starts in college, guys. And then it carries on into their 20s and in their third 30s. But then, guys, then they really start getting depressed because they're in their 30s and they've hit the wall. Clown world. So here it is, guys. So the researchers state that one of the most significant drivers of unhealthy alcohol use among women today is the widespread acceptance and normalization of alcohol consumption in daily life. In the U.S., from societal professional settings to casual drinking at home. Although the study shows that middle-aged women without children were at highest risk of unhealthy drinking, women with children were also at increased risk. So they have kids and they're still getting crunk, right? This goes back to wine mom culture. There it is. Look at that. Alcohol industry messages around drinking for stress relief and enjoyment have always been part of its strategy. What we've seen emerge on social media platforms is particularly geared towards those who parent. So promotion of alcohol use from moms to deal with stresses of motherhood and Facebook and Instagram groups have common hashtags such as hashtag wine mom, hashtag send wine, hashtag mommy juice. Look at that, guys. These chicks are just a bunch of drunks, man. Look at that. More support for women who parent. Yeah, it's supposed to be a husband, right? Look at that, man. Guys, don't ever date a woman that drinks too much. All right? That can't handle her alcohol, that gets violent when she's drunk. Okay? Look at this. Simultaneously, there's been a rapid increase in alcohol products that target middle-aged women, such as low-calorie seltzers, pink beverages, expressions such as rosé all day. Yeah, basically, all this is saying is all these chicks are having all their fun in their 20s, right? And then they hit 30, guys. They smash straight into the wall, and then they start getting drunk day in and day out. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to do some more of a series on chicks drinking because it's getting pretty bad out there. So, all right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, and I'm out of here, guys. Have a good one.